Hello everyone. In this video series, we'll discuss teaching reading and writing to children with autism. This video focuses on teaching an autistic child to read. The next video will cover writing. Today, we're focusing on learning to read. It's challenging to generalize about autistic children as autism presents in many ways. You might get an autistic student with fluent speech who can already read and write perfectly, or you might get a nonverbal child who seemingly has more difficulty learning to read and write. Obviously, I'm telling you things that statistically apply to a vast majority of people diagnosed with autism. And there's a reason for this, which we'll see, but of course, these aren't universal. The approach I recommend for teaching reading is whole word reading, but be careful with whole word reading done a certain way, because I constantly see, almost daily, autistic children and teens brought to me for evaluation who have tried whole word reading, and it said they can't do it, it doesn't work, and so on. When we assess whole word reading skills in a way I'll show you, they're actually brilliant at it. So the approach we use to introduce whole word reading is crucial. What is global reading? It's a different way to teach reading than the classic phonics approach we use with kids at first. In any text, I see a letter, turn it into a sound in my head or out loud like T, then blend sounds. That's the learning model. This is how we start teaching. As we improve, we move to global reading, which is reading by sight words. I see the word cat so often that I memorize it. It becomes an image in my mind. Now, at my age, when I see cat, I don't sound it out. I instantly recognize the word cat. I see the whole word. This makes reading faster and more efficient. Autistic children often benefit from learning global reading right from the start. If a child struggles, I suggest trying the global reading approach, as single letters or syllables often don't work. It's ineffective because single letters and syllables lack meaning for them. Also, autistic children are often visually strong, excelling at learning and memorizing meaningful written images. They're less adept at grapheme-phoneme conversion. Let's explore global reading and why it's crucial to present it as I suggest, based on my extensive experience. So in global reading, I present images paired with text. I show them to the child multiple times. I present them like this, note, not on the desk. I show them on a well-inclined plane, okay? Or directly like this. I ensure the child looks at the text. Milk, game, school. I show these images, starting with 20, maybe 4, 5, 10 times. Be careful not to overdo it or they'll get bored. Then I test them. I assess learning by showing text without the image ASAP. I don't attach text under the image, just show the text alone, like this. I hold them this way. Rice. It's crucial my student eyes both options before choosing. I ask my student to point to the correct text, explaining first. So rice, give me water. I present them repeatedly, flipped in order as I prefer. I move quickly when he learns to others. I show 20 more, then 20 more, mix them and show old ones until I have enough words in his vocabulary. Let's say at least 100 for sure. When my student learns enough words, I move to image-paired phrases. Mom sleeps, mom drinks. See, here it's always mom with just one word changing. Then there are totally different phrases like, I open the drawer, the cat eats. Watch the child's eyes. Often there are eye movement issues. To check learning, I do the same after showing various phrases. I don't match image to text. I just show the text. I open the drawer and the child points. Mom's asleep and the child points to the right phrase. Then you decide when to proceed. Always aim higher. You can always scale back if needed. You can move on to stories. Present a simple story for them to read, sometimes aloud, other times silently in their head. Then check comprehension with multiple choice questions. Why am I telling you this? Why do I suggest this learning method? In autism, at any level, visual and motor planning issues are common. How I present stimuli greatly affects learning and correct answers. Don't lay materials flat. Use an incline or hold them up. Why do I tell you not to match the image to the text? Because it involves more than just recognizing written code. I'm not testing reading, but a child's ability to visually explore, select, find the image and text, plan movement to take the text, and then match the text to the image. This is a task of visual exploration and motor skills. Often kids struggle due to these aspects, though they can read well. Presenting stimuli as shown removes motor and visual barriers. I also said to have verbal kids read silently. Sometimes it's challenging to read aloud because they struggle to coordinate reading with verbal expression. Just before summer, I met an 11-year-old autistic boy, very fluent, likable, and smart. I asked him, "Can you read?" He said no. This child had great family support, attended a good school, and had a dedicated teacher. His mom said, "He recognizes a few words, but no, he can't read." I suggested we try. So, as I've shown you, I had him identify individual words. He got every single one right. We tried sentences, silently reading and answering questions. He didn't miss any. So I said, "Sweetie, I'd say you can read." "Okay, why did he think he couldn't read?" I don't know their exact approach, but the reading methods they tried weren't suitable for him. So he faced other challenges. He was convinced he couldn't read. If you think you can't read, even if you can, but everyone says you can't, what do you know? You're a child, so you accept it. What do I really know about what reading means? This is one of the most striking cases I've encountered, as we're talking about a child with fluent speech who can even joke. But I regularly see kids who can read words and sentences, yet their parents and teachers believe they can't even recognize letters. So the global reading method I'm presenting helps teach reading, assess skills, and is necessary for children to learn. Often unknown to us, even kids with level 3 autism enter first grade already reading, having taught themselves. This happens quite frequently, okay? When we assess their reading skills properly, this ability often becomes apparent right away. So please consider their visual exploration and motor skill challenges. The issue often lies in matching or motor planning, not in cognition or reading ability. We can't generalize, but please test, evaluate, and let me know the results if you'd like.